Imagine opening your eyes, but not in today's world. There is no phone beside you, no electricity, no cars outside, no internet, no clock telling you the time. The air smells of smoke, wet soil, animals, and fire. Somewhere nearby, a woman is grinding grain on a stone. A child is carrying water in a clay pot. Men are walking toward the fields before the sun becomes too hot. You have just woken up 5,000 years ago. The year is around 3000 BC. The world is not empty. It is not silent. It is alive, but in a completely different way. There are no skyscrapers, no highways, no modern countries like we know today. But humans are already building something powerful: civilization. In some places, people still live as hunters and gatherers, moving with seasons, following animals, collecting fruits, nuts, and wild plants. But in other parts of the world, something incredible is happening. Humans are no longer just surviving day by day. They are farming, building towns, making tools, trading goods, and creating the first cities. If you traveled to Mesopotamia, the land between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, you would see mud brick houses rising from the dusty ground. Narrow streets twist between homes. Farmers guide oxen through fields of barley and wheat. Canals carry river water into dry land. Without these canals, crops would die. With them, life grows. In the center of the city, you might see a huge temple structure rising above everything else. People believe the gods control the rain, the harvest, the rivers, and the future. Religion is not just something people think about once a week. It is part of everything: farming, marriage, war, kingship, sickness, and death. Now travel west, toward ancient Egypt. The Nile River flows like a lifeline through the desert. On both sides of it, green fields shine against golden sand. Every year, the river floods and leaves behind rich black soil. To the people living there, the Nile is not just water, it is life itself. Egypt 5,000 years ago is growing into one of the most powerful civilizations in history. People live in simple homes made from mud bricks. They bake bread, brew beer, raise cattle, and work under the burning sun. The pyramids have not reached their greatest form yet, but the ideas that will create them are already forming kings, gods, tombs, afterlife, power, and eternity. Far away in South Asia, early communities are growing near the Indus River. People are farming, raising animals, making pottery, and building settlements that will later become one of the most advanced ancient civilizations, the Indus Valley Civilization. But what did daily life actually feel like? For most people, life begins with the sun. There are no alarms. The morning light is the signal. People eat simple food: bread, grains, lentils, dates, fish, milk, and sometimes meat. Cooking happens over fire, smoke fills the home, water must be carried by hand. Clothes are made from wool, linen, or animal skins. Shoes are simple, and many people may walk barefoot. Work is hard. Very hard. A farmer's life depends on the weather, the river, animals, and luck. One bad season can mean hunger. A broken tool can waste hours. A sick animal can destroy a family's future. There are no hospitals, no antibiotics, no modern surgery. A small infection can become deadly. Childbirth is dangerous. Disease spreads easily. And yet, people laugh. They love. They marry. They tell stories around fires. They sing songs. They decorate pottery. They wear jewelry. They teach their children. They fear death, but they also dream of a better life. 5,000 years ago, the night sky looks completely different from ours, not because the stars are different, but because the world is darker. No city lights, no glowing screens. When night falls, darkness takes over. The stars appear bright, endless, and mysterious. People look up and see messages from the gods, signs of seasons, and stories written in the sky. But the world is also dangerous. Wild animals are closer to human settlements. Floods can destroy homes. Droughts can kill crops. War between groups can break out over land, water, animals, or power. There are no police systems like today. Protection often comes from family, tribe, walls, weapons, or rulers. Still, this ancient world is not primitive in the way many people imagine. Humans are already inventing the future. They create writing on clay tablets. They develop calendars. They count goods. They build boats. They trade copper, stones, wood, grain, cloth, and pottery. A person in one city may use something made hundreds of miles away. The world is already connected not by the internet, but by rivers, roads, caravans, and ships. And maybe the most amazing thing is this: the people of 5,000 years ago were not so different from us. They worried about food, family, money, illness, safety, and the future. They wanted respect. They wanted their children to survive. They wanted meaning. They wanted to be remembered. Today, we live with technology they could never imagine. But they built the first steps of the road we are still walking on. The cities we live in, the laws we follow, the writing we use, the farming that feeds us, the trade that connects us, all of it began with people who lived under the same sun, looked at the same moon, and asked the same question humans still ask today: how do we survive, and how do we build a better world? So, the next time you turn on a light, open your phone, or drink clean water from a tap, remember this: 5,000 years ago, life was harder, darker, and more dangerous. But it was also the beginning of everything. Now tell me chapters of this story.